everyone. Thank you for joining us
Morning,
here at Facebook
Susan.
Live. I'm Edna Matsuoka. We'll now be having our monthly service for our founder, Jen Konko. Please join us. Ichido Haide. Mediation prayer, page 2. Let us seek the sacred mediation of the sincerely and wholeheartedly, each and every day. May we receive the mediation anew with all our hearts and souls, all this day and every moment. Ikiyami Konko Daijin Sama, Ikiyami Konko Daijin Sama, Ikiyami Konko Daijin Sama, Ikiyami Konko Daijin Sama. Purification prayer. Through the way of mediation, may our sincere apologies be acceptable to you, our divine friend. We acknowledge our mistakes and misunderstandings, arrogance and ignorance of your divine favor. We apologize for all our shortcomings and errors of past generations. Guide us to a better way of living, to reflect your divine will, with a pure, joyful, and loving heart, always one with you. Kami prayer. Reverently we pray. The brilliance of heaven, the richness of earth, time flows without cease, years pass without end. In heaven and earth the life that nurtures all. In heaven and earth the truth that orders all. For this wondrous form, for these wondrous works, let us praise Chenchi Kami. Let us praise the divine Parent of the universe. Kami loves and cares for all humanity, all those who live between heaven and earth. To revere Kami as divine parent, to live in Kami's infinite blessings, this is the way. Yet many not knowing the way are lost in ignorance and selfishness. They suffer the cycle of misfortunes, greatest Kami's sorrow. Our founding father, Konko Daijin, suffered many trials in this world, but held fast faith and sincerity. He received Kami's great blessing and began the life of mutual fulfillment of Kami and humanity. Humbly we pray. The divine parent's great wish was fulfilled. Konko Daijin accepted the call to mediation that leads to the mutual benefit of Kami and humanity. By day he taught the way of faith to all who sought him, expounding the blessings of heaven and earth, and heeding not the coming of night. By night he prayed for those who grieve, seeking salvation for all who suffered, and heeding not the dawning of day.
passed and the world changed. He did not waver from his task, the divine task of mediation. Thus was given the sacred Tenchi Kakitsuke, the guiding principle for our daily life. The divine favor was thus renewed, and blessings flowed universally, establishing the way of eternal prosperity, the way of mediation of becoming Konko Daijin. By this wondrous revelation, we are given knowledge of the way. Through all the hardships of this world, to gain a body and soul. The way meditation teaches us to turn our hearts to Kami, without regard for day or night, whether near or far. The way of mediation teaches us to pray with total trust. For living unaware of divine favor, we offer our sincere apologies and pledge to mend our ways. Let us live our faith every day, seeking and rejoicing in your divine favor. Let us care for those in pain and invite them to the way. Let us guide those who are lost and awaken them to a life of purpose. Kami is fulfilled in us, we are fulfilled in Kami. May this way of mutual fulfillment be manifested in this world. May Kami's wish for true peace and the well-being of all people be fulfilled. So we humbly pray, so we earnestly pray.
Let's bow our heads in prayer.
As I pray for the monthly service, we carry Konko life. We carry Konko life, Tenchi Kaino Kami-sama, a divine pure universe. Only a Konko Mashi Wahiawa, Mayasa Yoyan. Reverend today for holy prayer. We gather here today for the monthly service for the founding Gay Konko life on this day, September 13, 2020. Through this service, we seek to extend our deep gratitude and acknowledgement of the divine work, contributions, and eternal President Konko Daijin, who has presented the world through the divine authentic Kaino Kami. We solely acknowledge the divine authentic Kaino Kami revealed to humanity in 1873. Tenchi Kaino Kami stated, although people lived in heaven and earth, there are Kami's blessings, shrines, temples, and houses, all stand on Kami's ground. Without knowing this, people consolidated directions and disrespect to Kami. They suffer hardship due to the offenses. Tenchi Kaino Kami has dedicated Konko life to provide blessings and teachings so that mankind may prosper. Kami is Kami because of man, and man is man because of Kami. Both are fulfilled through this usual relationship. Through the founder Konko Daijin, we have become enlightened to the infinite Tenchi Kaino Kami, our divine pure universe, and have enjoyed blessings in all aspects of our life. We extend our deep appreciation for the work of truth mediation for the salvation of humanity. This divine function has been kept by the spiritual head of Konko organization in the last 161 years. This year marks the 6th anniversary of the founder Konko Daijin. It also marks 137 years since his departure. We extend our prayers in appreciation for the professional services of truth mediation by his spiritual head, A.P. Konko. We pray for his good health and continued services. We also extend our thanks to the ministers who have dedicated their life in spreading Konko office at many places throughout the world. The Prime Minister Konko is Wahiawa Church, the late Haruko Takahashi, was initiated in the Konko office, and he wanted to become Konko minister through the close mediation of everyone's Masayuki Kiki Koto, Konko Mission Home, and dedicated in mission work in Wahiawa for 32 years till 1940. We extend our deep appreciation and heart gratitude for enabling us to perpetuate the Presbyterian Church in the last 80 years. It is through the divine guidance and arrangements, as well as the support that help all people who have ever established relationship to this global church, and help all Midama speak the Konko which Wahiawa has come thus far. We sincerely ask for divine purity Konko line and Midama speak to continue to help and guide us in the practice of the Konko office and further expansion of Konko office to the East Hawaii, where we try to be mindful of any elements of blessing or divine purity and try to extend our appreciation of blessings which we may take for granted, whether it is what we use, the food we enjoy, the air we breathe, the land we live on, the natural resources we utilize, the jobs we have, the families we appreciate, and all of our normal body function and abilities. All elements of life are possible through the grace and love of divine divinity and God. Through our practice office, we have been blessed in a personal social life. We strive to optimize the teachings of divine divinity and God. Please accept our prayers here today, many offerings, services, and any forms and prayers forward to you as token of our appreciation and deep-felt gratitude for the blessing we receive. Let us remind ourselves, the Konko line is there to help us, aid us, and guide us to be able to overcome any encounter in life. The founder always extended his daily prayer. When the people of the world pray to carry Konko line with a sincere and simple heart, please fulfill whatever request they have. Please forgive our negligence and ignorance for the sustenance of blessing. We may fail to recognize and appreciate and reverse offenses we might have committed knowingly and unknowingly. Please help us to read from our hearts to be like the heart of our divine divinity kind of God. We earnestly pray that all peace and harmony will prevail through the actualization of the divine message that speak. No one is aware of the blessings of heaven and earth, which enable people to live. How shall people become aware of the blessing of heaven and earth? But the Konko lies before throughout the world, without signs in every country with an exception. We continue to extend our prayers for places throughout the world that are experiencing hardship due to natural disasters, crime, poverty, famine, for governance, pollution, and other elements. We also pray the coronavirus pandemic will stagnate and will be able to regain our normal lives we are taking for granted all those years. Dear divine Tenchi Kaino Kami, please allow us to be of service to you in helping others at the utmost expression of thanks and blessings we are able to enjoy. Finally, we pray that the Presbyterian service is shared to all present, and to those who join us through the live streams and happen to be with us today.
Nyaru. Cho hay đi Recitation of Tenji Kakitsuke, page 6.
極み本当来臨天地大の神主に願いおかげや我が心にあり今月今日で頼み
Pray sincerely with all your heart, be one with Kami. Kami's blessings begin within, hearts grateful and caring in harmony and joy. Look to Kami always, now and forever, on this very day pray. 極み今後大人天地大の神主に願いおかげや我が心にあり今月今日で頼み Pray sincerely with all your heart, be one with Kami. Kami's blessings begin within, hearts grateful and caring in harmony and joy. Look to Kami always, now and forever, on this very day pray.
Adoration Prayer, page 7. We lift our eyes in awe toward heaven soaring above. We lift our eyes in awe toward heaven soaring above.
We bow our heads in prayer toward earth rich and deep. Living amid such gifts of Kami's gift giving, how happy and grateful we are. The mediation of the Konko does not stop for a single day. The protection of the divine parent embraces all heart and mind. The blessings of Kami flow without limit through all generations. The ways of Kami are mysterious and wondrous beyond our understanding. Day by day, every day, earnestly and reverently, we praise the virtues of Kami, we honor the power of Kami.
Shintoku Sanji, page 29.
青げ祭れんば天高く
青げ祭れんば天高くおがみ祭れんば地は厚し神の恵みにかさるるみの幸いぞありがたき我が生き神の御取り次ぎ一人もかくる時のなく天地の神の御守りとき近きの隔てなし神慈しみはよろずよにあまねく満ちて果てしなくが働いは苦しくて人の思いの及ばざる我ら今月今日やび祭りてひたすらに神の御影をたたえますらん神のひれいを仰ぎますらん一度拝礼 一度拝礼 Mitama Prayer, page 12. Spirits of those who have gone before us, your
You're the gift of life in this vast and endless universe. You discharge your duties gracefully, according to your span of years.
You
To be remembered eternally, your life is from generation to generation. Honor each nation of our society. respecting the will of the Almighty.
You are not greater in your faith to take me to the world beyond and leave me your descendants. Our gratitude is boundless for your loving favors. We revere you as the ancestral spirits of our homes, our own divine spirits. We beseech you, stand by us, each and every one. Receive the favor of Kami, and help us fulfill our tasks as people without failing. Protect us, guide us, enrich us, that we may never lose the way down to all generations, that we may live in peace and prosperity within our homes. Protect us, guide us, enrich us. 自動入り一教神殿この兵器に境に声配差し止めるからその分に承知してくれ外家業いたし農業で人が願いで呼びに来戻り願いが済みまた農へでまたも呼びに来農業する間もなし来た人も待ち両方の差し支えにあいなるなんと家業をやめてくれぬかその奉仕12歳の年には病気で死も手を離し心配いたし神仏に願いおかげで全開だしその時死んだと思うて欲を離して天地界の神を助けてくれ花もご気になったと思うてくれご気よりましもの言われ相談もなり子供を連れてぼとぼと農業をしよってくれこの方のように実に丁寧神信心多少事故か世間に何本も難儀な氏子あり問い次助けてやってくれ神も助かり氏子も立ち行く氏子あっての神神あっての氏子繁盛いたしせいぜい親にかかり子にかかり愛をかけようで立ち行く Let's read page 70 together. Divine message received on November 15, 1859. With the completion of the sacred staff, our annual farming career, please understand. When you are out farming, the person at home must go out and call you whenever someone comes to request. And after you relay the request, you have to go back out again. You have to keep going in and out of the field. This gives you time for farming, and the worshipper must also wait for you. Both you and the worshipper are being inconvenienced. Won't you stop farming? When you were gravely ill at 42, the doctor gave up hope. Everyone heard about you. You prayed to the kamis and buddhas and were blessed with complete recovery. Regard this event as your death. Dispel all desires and assist the Tenchi Kani no Kami. Also, your wife should consider herself a widow. This is better than being a real widow, as she can still talk to you and discuss matters. She should take the children with her to do the farm work. There are many people like yourself who have sincere faith in Kami, but still have many problems. Help these people by performing mediation. This will help Kami and save people. People exist because of Kami, and Kami exists because of people. Thus, Kami supports people as Kami's children, and people support Kami as their parents. There will be eternal prosperity through either Kakyo, mutual dependency. Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us today for our monthly service for our founder, Konko Daijin-sama. Today, I want to talk about, the major things that have been going on in the world that are depicted by the media, of course, like the coronavirus pandemic, the uncontrollable fires on the west coast of the United States, and the protests that have been stemming from the George Floyd incident. A couple of days ago, one of the school employees of a local, a local school in Hawaii died from COVID-19. It was on the news while she was at home in self-quarantine, self-isolation. It was following an outbreak at the school she worked at. So, she got it from school and she had to self-isolate, and she had died at home. And it's really shocking and sad. And I think many teachers and everybody is scared of this virus because it's real and it's been killing people regardless of your age and regardless if you're even healthy. And according to a news article, just one night before she passed away, she requested to her daughters for some chicken noodle soup. And the daughters they said good night to her, I love you, and not knowing that was the last time that they talked to her. I'm not sure if it was via phone or via person, but that was the last time they talked to the mom, and it's really sad. There may be many similar stories, and more increasing with the people that have been passing away from this virus. Their family advised that this is not a virus to take lightly, and basically all the healthcare providers are saying that to take this seriously. Before the pandemic, when everything was okay and we were able to do whatever we wanted, go to the store, go to the mall. But we didn't think about death being so near. Yeah, it was something like, it doesn't even cross our minds in our daily life. And because how the lifespan of people average about 70 years. So people think they have a lot of time on their hands, but they really don't know. People don't know when they're going to die. And they don't know if they're going to die of the virus or suddenly because of some kind of accident or another kind of disease. We just don't know. Death has always been by our side, even at the time of peace, whether we knew it or not. I was watching a YouTube of this mortician. She was a young mortician in her 30s. And she became one because she was so scared of death. She just kept thinking about it and just wanted to find out answers. And she also wanted to provide dignified care for anyone that had passed away. And she wanted to make sure that even at those final moments before and after cremation and everything, that person, that individual was cared for in the best way possible. She said that she doesn't know when death will come. It just happens at the oddest time sometimes. She even said that, she could be putting on makeup, lipstick, makeup, and boom, she just collapsed and died. She even had thoughts about that, and that could happen too. We never know. We have to be concerned, not only about ourselves, but of other people. Everyone. We have to be concerned about everyone. We may become too self-centered at times, like that fire on the west coast of the United States. It's crazy. It looks like hell on earth. I've seen many Facebook postings, videos. I saw like a firenado, a tornado, like a fire one. It's crazy. It was so scary. So there's this app on my cell phone called Zoom Earth, and it basically shows like real-time images of the Earth from a satellite view. And I took a look at, I zoomed into where the fires are occurring at the west coast, and you see this huge plume of smoke just like covering like San Francisco a few days ago. And just this morning, like just before the service began, I looked on Zoom Earth again, and I printed out pictures of the United States of how the fires have been raging. And I don't know if you can see from this far. I'm gonna come forward more. But can you see? Okay. So
Yeah.
this is the picture of the United States. And these red spots here, these are all the fires that are occurring. Closer. Okay, can you see? All the fires that are occurring in the United States right now. And that's a lot. Even on the east side, you can see there are like a lot of little red spots here and there. But you can see definitely on the west coast, there's a lot of these big red spots of fire. And I was surprised. And, I'm worried about the west coast. And just out of curiosity, though, I wonder how the rest of the earth is. Is it just the United States that's occurring, like the fires are happening? So I went to the other side of the earth, and I zoomed into like the Europe and like Africa and like Australia, and oh my goodness, the red spots are like more prominent in those areas, and it's just like super duper red in like Africa, and I just couldn't believe it. It's like 100 times worse than the United States, the red spot. It's just crazy. And that's how, we become self-centered. We just focus on our area, like, oh, I'm so worried about just the west coast, but it's the whole world. It's like a lot of places are on fire right now, yet we don't know about it, and we don't really care. We don't focus our energy and concern to them, but we should. Yeah, I'll show you. This is Africa. This is Africa right now. This is how much is burning. Compare it to the United States. Can you see how much more is burning in Africa than in the United States? Yeah, it's pretty surprising. So it's like we don't even care about what happens in other countries because like that's their business. But it's not. We're all connected, right? We are all connected on this one blue planet called Earth. And we have to keep that in mind, and we have to pray for one another and for their peace and their well-being. It's just like our body, okay? The Earth is just like one body, a single body. If we have like an itch somewhere, like on the back of our leg or something, that's kind of like a fire happening, right? And in a small part of our body. But even though it's happening far away, like on the back of our leg, it bothers us, right? It's irritating. We can't sleep sometimes, depending on how itchy or like how painful an area of our body is. The same thing is for discord or problems that are happening on a certain part of the planet. We may not even know about it, yet there's like inflammation going on there. And throughout the whole world, it's not just the United States that protests are happening. It's not just Oregon. They're happening really all over the world. We just don't know. We're not being informed enough. We are not researching enough, I guess. But thankfully, because of internet, we can look at amazing images from Zoom Earth like this, and we can kind of see how it is in other places of the earth and be more concerned. So anyway, that's what I wanted to share with you today. So let's think about others and pray for other countries, because that's the heart of Kami-sama. The human-centeredness, or the human eye just focuses on their own little problems, and they just like tunnel vision. They only focus on that problem. But in the eyes of Kami-sama, Kami-sama sees, yes, Kami-sama sees there are fires on the west coast. Kami-sama sees fires in Africa and all throughout the world. And that's Kami-sama's vision, for everyone to be happy, everyone to be safe. And I think that's so important, especially during these trying times. We have to care for others. And that's the only way we can survive as humanity, as one humanity. Thank you very much.
話しないよ今日は。あ、知らんかった。なんも
なんだよ、まだか。
これ終わりなかった。
これを着たらいつも
あ、ごめん。I didn't know. I didn't know.
服を着たらね、5分でも。
あ、
いや、なくないよ。
今度。
なんで
Morning, thank you for joining the service. I thought David is going to speak. Anyway, I'd like to introduce a message from Konko Daiji, a message given to Kashiwabara Toku. People concern themselves with minor things. We're borrowing a paper lantern at night, and then returning, they show their sincerest appreciation by giving little gifts. But their appreciation for the light of the sun can never be sincere enough. ご理解2カシュアバラトクオの会 Even today, when we receive some form of kindness from other people, we try to respond to the extended kindness by showing our sincere appreciation. Basically, we have not changed a bit as human beings. For an immediate favors and kindness we receive from other people, we naturally try to say thank you. Many years ago, I had an episode when I made a shopping at nearby 7-Eleven. When I got off from the car, I tried to enter the store. A man kindly kept the door open for me. I thought I said thank you, but my voice could not be inaudible for him. He looked at me in anger and pushed me by saying, "Say thank you," for his excellent gesture of kindness. This is a common encounter in life in America. Instantly, I had a thought: why should he get angry? The extended kindness could not be a true kindness. We should be thankful for being able to kind to other people. This is my response. I should have, maybe I could be wrong, I should have expressed my thanks out loud so he could feel his extended kindness be appreciated. And the first Konko-sama used the Reverend Kagamitaru Konko used the expression of 世話になるすべてに礼を言う心、平和を生み出す心というは The heart of trying to say thank you for any elements in life that give favor or help, assist in any forms would be the very basics for prevailing peace, even for self, in our family, in society, in any even situations. It's so true. When we the Konko-sama said, we do our appreciation for the light we receive from the sun is not good enough, sincere enough. But we say thank you for the ground we step on. We say thank you for the air we breathe. Thank you for our body functions, we can freely move out. These are all elements of sewa ni naru. Even for these church buildings, we depend on this building for missionary work. Everything can be possible in a sense. Now I'm saying Ishin, or prayer for pandemic. Ishin is wholehearted effort or work. Wholeheartedness we can find. If you look at this table, the person who made this table made through his sincere skill, attitude. It's easy. And even for build of this whole building, the carpenter used his abilities with wholeheartedness. Anything at all, even for a shop, or even a very small shop, they use their mind and thought how they can operate the business. It's the expression of thanks. If for those people who are trying to find out remedy for the coronavirus, they spend so much money and knowledge, they try to find out the solution. It is their wholeheartedness issue. If we educate public school teachers, they try to extend wholehearted support for children, children. Their expression of issue. If for the hospital people caring of the patient, they are doing with their issue wholeheartedness. So in a sense, every element we may encounter in life could be the expression of issue wholeheartedness. And actually, the whole universe, the whole heaven and earth works wholeheartedly in issue to help living people live. So this is the issue of Tenji Kari. So we have to respond to this extend karmist issue. Then we have to get rest. Yes. Thank you very much. Today I heard that Reverend Matthew Nagai, the minister of Konko mission of Hill, passed away this morning. We pray for his salvation. So thank you for his dedicated work for 43 years in Hawaii, management of the Hill Church. ありがとうございました。And I'd like to say a prayer for a pandemic. I see it exhibit wishing or sincere and single-heartedness in the constant efforts of the authorities and healthcare workers and the population in the world to cope with the COVID-19 that has not yet stabilized. So many people in the world have been affected so badly. Through the virtuous power of the fund, the Konko, I sincerely and single-heartedly pray that the pandemic will come down as soon as possible and will regain the normal lives we might have taken for granted all those years. Everything takes place in the life-sustaining blessedness provided by heaven and earth. Thank you very much. Giami Konko Ayan Tenji Kano Kami Shinji Nai Wahiawa Koloniali Kongetsu Konnichi Takami Giami Konko Ayan Tenji Kano Kami Shinji Nai Wahiawa Koloniali Kongetsu Konnichi Takami. Page 23, number 4.
Page number 4.
Number 4. There is no difference between those who practice faith and those who do not. If they talk about lucky or unlucky days and directions, everything will go well if you practice faith in Kami. it is like being protected by paying taxes. It is not good if taxpayers and tax
Evaders.
evaders treated the same. It is people on their own who created the lucky and unlucky days and directions.
5. No one chooses the day they are born, the day they get a divorce, the day they die. Yet they all talk about lucky or unlucky days when they find it convenient. If one practices faith, one can be free to do anything regardless of the day and direction.
6. Parents will never be satisfied if they cannot trust their child. They will be relieved only when they can trust their child. 7. The lunar calendar lists the ominous days and directions, but it does not say one should not build. People talk about fearful matters even though the lunar calendar provides information so that they can be careful not to be irreverent.
Number 8, you need not worry about building on so-called unlucky days because Konjin exists in this universe to protect you. 9, the curse of High Konjin is actually a scolding by the kami of heaven and earth. He of He Konjin refers to the sun deity. Therefore, when the kami of heaven and earth gives you a scolding, it is very serious. 2, if your mother is in a good mood, she will support you even when your father scolds you. However, if both of them scold you, no one will support you. 3, Suki Konjin is the same. This is the Konjin that goes along with the moon deity. 4, most of the happenings in the world are related to Konjin.
And the directions of the compass were divided into 24 sections and were occupied by 12 zodiac signs and 10 fortunes. People have named the 2 remaining directions the open directions. Right?
Hey, thank you. Mask いらない。
おはようございます。Good morning, everyone. ただいまから歌を4つ歌わせていただきます。We're going to sing a song for よろしく。歌ありの分？はい、歌ありです。歌ありがいいだよ。
No
Verse 58. Page 46.
With a heart caught up in doubt and worry, I face my life every morning, wanting to shine, but somehow holding back joy and fear, so within my heart. Still I know, even one as small as I can run into someday. shimmering brilliant light, glowing from a path that never ends. Instead of losing hope or fearing what's ahead, let's keep on moving forward with our heads held high. For we are all living in a world that embraces you and me with its love, supported by the prayers of those who care for us. We're never alone in our lives. Instead of losing hope or fearing what's ahead, let's keep on moving forward with our heads held high. For we are all living in a world that embraces you and me with its love, supported by the prayers of those who care for us. We're never alone in our lives.
ありがとうございました。Thank you very much. Please take care. それで、今度のことが
池上本校大実地金の神真理の愛、我らが心にあり、今月今日であのめ。池上本校大実地金の神真理の愛、我らが心にあり、今月今日であのめ。Thank you very much for joining us. We hope you have a wonderful new week. Take care.